Peter, in terms of the view from Kyiv about these meetings, is this diplomatic talk a necessary evil, or do you wish that they weren't taking place in the first instance?
Well, very good question. I mean, the theatrics and the visuals around this meeting are pretty disconcerting to Ukrainians. We're seeing a red carpet rolled out for Vladimir Putin, a 15-second handshake, and then a ride in the limousine without the American limousine, the so-called the Beast, without any translators. I mean, this is quite unprecedented. A bit too enthusiastic for my taste. I mean, you're seeing it right now. Ukrainians interpret it as a dictator and someone who's been charged with war crimes being rewarded, and so not very encouraging, the very first, signs of this. On the other hand, Ukrainians are not, of course, opposed to any peace agreement per se, but what kind of peace agreement can we expect to be hammered out at these talks within a short span of time and without Ukraine being at the table?
You touched on so many aspects of the behavior between the two presidents, and this is starkly in contrast to what we saw in the White House with Vladimir Zelensky being, we can almost say, ambushed, accosted by the Trump administration. What emotion does that give you when you see that compared to how your president was treated?
Indeed, I mean, this is a very good case in point. We're seeing once again two leaders meet who seem to be very fond of each other. It seems to me that Donald Trump finds Ukraine a bit of a nuisance on his way to restoring full relations with Vladimir Putin. And, we're also hearing that the Russian side may not even want to talk about Ukraine that much. I mean, they ideally would rather not talk about Ukraine, but about restoring Russia's full-scale economic relations with the U.S., having U.S. drop sanctions, readmit Russia into G7, etc. So, I mean, this is precisely what is happening, and that contrast that you drew was so stark and so telling in how Donald Trump views, various leaders. And he is a transactional president, as has been said many times. But, to him, Ukraine is just simply not a country that is on the level with the big guys, so to speak, with America and unfortunately with Russia. I mean, we have entered a much more cynical, different world now that, during Donald Trump's second term. I mean, this is just a reality we have to admit.
Peter, thank you. Just